Welcome to the world of Japanese school clubs, a universe where hobbies become identity. Teamwork becomes tradition, and students forge bonds that can last a lifetime. Today we're diving deep into the culture of Bukatsu, the after-school activities that shape the spirit, discipline, and social life of millions of Japanese students. From the rigorous training of sports teams to the quiet focus of cultural groups, these clubs are woven into the very fabric of school life. So, what makes them so special? Let's explore why these clubs are so much more than just after-school fun. To truly understand Japanese school clubs, we have to look back at their roots. The concept of Bukatsu, or club activities, really took shape in the early 20th century. It was originally designed not just to teach a skill, but to instill important values like teamwork, discipline, and a sense of unity. It was about shaping character, not just ability. Fast forward to today, and Bukatsu remains a cultural pillar. Students don't just join a club, they commit to it, become part of a community, showing loyalty and respect to their senpai, older, more experienced members who guide them. In Japan, a school club isn't just an activity. It's often described as a second family, a place where you belong. This deep-seated tradition explains why clubs hold such a significant place in the heart of the Japanese school system. So what kinds of clubs are there? You'll find two main categories: sports clubs, known as undo, bu, and culture clubs, called bunkabu. The sports clubs are what you might expect, but with an intensity that's on another level. We're talking about baseball, soccer, basketball, and traditional martial arts like kendo and judo. There are also clubs for track and field, table tennis, and volleyball. These aren't casual meets. Many sports clubs practice almost every day after school, sometimes even on weekends and during holidays. The commitment is huge. Then you have the culture clubs, which focus on creativity, knowledge, and artistic expression. These include everything from the traditional tea ceremony and calligraphy to modern pursuits like manga and illustration. You'll find brass bands, art clubs, science clubs, theater groups, photography clubs, and even English clubs. While they might seem less physically demanding, the level of dedication is just as high. Whether you're swinging a bat or a calligraphy brush, every club shares one common value: an unwavering commitment to practice and improvement. Imagine a typical school day in Japan, and the final bell rings. But for many students, the day is far from over. First, there's Suji, the daily classroom cleaning session. Once that's done, they grab their gear and head straight to their club activities. Practice often lasts for 2 or 3 hours, and sometimes even longer, stretching late into the evening. A baseball team might run drills until the sun goes down, perfecting every pitch and swing. A brass band could rehearse the same few measures of a song over and over again, striving for flawless harmony. In a tea ceremony club, a student might spend an entire hour just practicing the precise, graceful way to fold a silk cloth. You might wonder why so much repetition. It's because Japanese clubs emphasize the idea of mastery through routine. It's dedication to perfecting small, fundamental actions is a concept deeply rooted in Japanese culture, not just in schools, but in arts and professions as well. It's about building a solid foundation through tireless practice. One of the most defining features of Japanese clubs is the senpai kōhai system, a social hierarchy based on seniority. The senpai, or senior members, are the older students in the club. They aren't just more experienced. They're expected to be mentors, leaders, and teachers to the younger members. They pass down knowledge, traditions, and the club's culture. On the other side, you have the kōhai, the junior members. Their role is to show respect, listen, and learn from their senpai. They're often responsible for the less glamorous tasks like preparing equipment and cleaning up after practice. This might sound strict, but it's not about power dynamics. It's a system designed to teach responsibility, respect, and leadership. The senpai learns how to guide others, and the kōhai learns the value of humility and hard work. These are values that students carry with them long after graduation, shaping their interactions in college, their careers, and throughout their lives in Japanese society. For many clubs, practice isn't just for its own sake. It's all leading up to something big. Competitions and club events are a huge part of the experience. Sports clubs live for tournaments, from local matches to national championships. The most famous of these is the Koshin, the legendary high school baseball tournament that grips the entire nation every summer. It's a dream for countless young players. Cultural clubs have their own stages to shine on, too. Brass bands compete in massive national competitions, aiming for a perfect performance. Theater clubs enter contests, art clubs hold exhibitions, and debate clubs face off in intense tournaments. While winning is a goal, the spirit of Bukatsu emphasizes the journey. The real prize is the pursuit of excellence, the dedication to pushing your limits, and the shared effort of the team. Striving to be the best you can be is what truly lies at the heart of these activities. Of course, the intense world of Japanese school clubs isn't without its difficulties. The commitment required can be immense, and students face some very real challenges. The long hours mean less time for homework, hobbies, or simply relaxing. Physical fatigue is common, especially in demanding sports clubs. There's also a strong social pressure to attend every single session, making it difficult to take a day off, even if you're tired or unwell. This intense environment has sparked a national debate in Japan about the need to reform club culture and reduce the sometimes excessive workloads placed on both students and the teachers who supervise them. But despite the hardships, many students say these tough moments are an essential part of the journey. The sweat, the struggles, the shared challenges are what build the strongest bonds and create the memories they cherish forever. So, after all this, why do Japanese school clubs matter so much? It's because they teach life lessons that go far beyond the classroom. They instill discipline through daily practice. They forge deep friendships built on shared struggle and success. They cultivate leadership skills as seniors guide their juniors. They teach the true meaning of teamwork, where the group's goal is more important than individual ambition. And perhaps most importantly, they teach persistence, the strength to keep going, even when things get tough. Clubs transform a school from just a place of learning into a vibrant community. They help turn students into confident, responsible, and resilient young adults. For so many Japanese people, their time in Bukatsu is one of the most formative and defining experiences of their entire youth. In the end, Japanese school clubs are so much more than just a hobby. They are a powerful social and cultural force that shapes millions of young lives every year, building character and community one practice at a time. Have you ever experienced Bukatsu yourself, or is it something you'd love to see up close on a trip to Japan? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can join us for more explorations of Japan's fascinating culture. Thanks for watching.
For many foreign visitors, Japanese schools look just like in the anime, until they see what happens after class. Today, we dive into the world of Japanese after-school activities, known as Bukatsu, through the real testimonies of foreigners who saw them for the first time. And trust me, nothing prepared them for this. Our first testimony comes from Lucas, a French exchange student. He said, "I walked past the gym at 4 p.m., and the basketball team was sweating like it was a national championship, but class ended at 3. Why were they still training?" He later learned that Japanese clubs often train 6 days a week, sometimes longer than regular classes. For Lucas, it wasn't just dedication, it was a lifestyle. Next is Emily from Canada. She was amazed by the strict hierarchy within clubs, the senpai and kōhai system. Emily recalls, "I saw a first-year girl bowing deeply to an older student before starting practice. It felt military at first, but then I realized it was about respect, not fear." She was surprised to see big responsibilities given to older students, who organize practices, correct mistakes, and act almost like coaches. For her, it was a lesson in community structure. Many foreigners imagine sports clubs only, but Bukatsu is far more diverse. Miguel, from Spain, shares, "I expected soccer or baseball. I didn't expect a tea ceremony club, a manga illustration club, even a shogi club. It felt like every passion had a place." He was especially surprised by the seriousness of cultural clubs. Practicing tea ceremony movements hundreds of times or rehearsing brass band pieces with near-professional discipline. One of the biggest shocks foreigners face is the commitment level. Anna from Germany explains, "My host's sister woke up at 5 a.m. for morning practice, went to class, then trained until evening. I don't know how she had time to breathe." For many visitors, after-school activities seem more intense than school itself, and yet, students do it willingly. Because Bukatsu isn't just an activity, it becomes identity, friendships, and belonging. Of course, not everything is strict. Some foreigners witness incredibly warm scenes. Daniel from New Zealand recalls the baseball team closing practice with a shout of appreciation. They all gathered in a circle, thanked each other loudly, and bowed to the field. It felt spiritual. Another testimony from Sophia describes watching the dance club encouraging a shy first-year student. Everyone clapped. They cheered for her. I almost cried. Moments like these show how Bukatsu builds confidence and unity. In the end, every foreigner who experiences Bukatsu learns something powerful. Japanese clubs are more than hobbies. They teach discipline, teamwork, and responsibility. They build friendships deeper than many classrooms ever could. And for many visitors, this becomes one of the most unforgettable parts of their time in Japan. From shock to admiration, foreigners quickly realize that Japanese after-school activities are a world of their own. If you've seen Bukatsu firsthand or want to share your story, tell us in the comments. Thanks for watching and stay curious about Japan.